Picture this. Me, Reese Witherspoon, in London, ordering fish and chips so often they might start wrapping me in paper. I'm traveling with my Wells Fargo autographed Journey card, so I earn rewards wherever I book travel. 5 times points with hotels, 4 times with airlines, 3 times on restaurants and other travel, and 1 point on other purchases. Imagine getting rewarded for eating a toad in the hole. Wait, what is a toad in a hole?
Visit wellsfargo.com/autograph journey. Terms apply.
What if an appliance emergency didn't have to be? If your appliances suddenly decided they were done, don't stress. Best Buy has you covered with a wide variety of major appliances from trusted brands, in stock and available now. So you don't have to worry about laundry piling up, refilling the fridge, or that big dinner party you're hosting. Because Best Buy has the knowledge and expertise to get you the right appliance for your home. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
Ninja One understands that IT teams today are stretched thin, trying to manage too many disconnected tools. So they built a platform that brings them all together. Ninja One unifies endpoint management, autonomous patching, backup, and remote access into a single intelligent platform. That means fewer tools, lower costs, higher efficiency, and a team that has the bandwidth and confidence to stay ahead. Unify IT to simplify work with Ninja One. Learn more at ninjaone.com.
Thomas, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you. How about you?
Very good. That was a bit squeaky bum time, wasn't it, at the end?
It was unnecessarily nervous. Yeah, we did the same as kind of what we did last week, really. We kind of brought it on ourselves a little bit. As Gary Neville calls it on Sky, the red wall came on, and Casemiro, Fred and McTominay, and just invited pressure
the red wall.
That's what he calls it, yeah.
Yes, I know. Just try and close out the game. But, I mean, United had chances at the end. Fred head on the post, a few breakaways. But, yeah, I guess the overriding sense of that game is United was superior, couldn't create enough or take enough half chances, and then retreated in the last 15 minutes and let West Ham really get back in it. And but for Dave and a couple of really top stops, it could have been a different story.
Yeah, we were just sloppy throughout today, and we were kind of as good as we were last week against Chelsea in that first half. We were almost as bad especially in that first half. Like, building from the back was a real problem, and I guess you can't put that entirely down to Maguire. But
we can. No.
We can, but a little bit. But he was very shaky in that first half. Just in possession, didn't look composed on the ball. He got better in the second half. He made that incredible block to save us the win at the end. And I think he looked better when we actually retreated, and like Gary Neville said, the red wall came on and we retreated into that D block. He became better. Surprise, surprise, because we know that's when he's at his best.
That's him.
But it's when on the front foot, he struggles, and I guess we saw that today, and I think it hampered our build-up and, overall sloppiness. It wasn't all down to him, but I think he was a contributing factor.
Yeah, and then going forward, it's all just a bit messy, isn't it? I mean, Ronaldo's not the player he was, obviously, and Marcus is erratic, and Elanga is probably not very good.
Yeah.
And Bruno's given the ball away, and Casemiro gave the ball away a couple of times. It just felt a bit loose. Yeah,
I think when we've kind of had our team lately, when we've been playing well, we've had the team is almost set week in, week out, and a couple of players drop in and it kind of, it's okay. But today there was maybe a few too many changes, obviously forced upon Ten Hag with the illnesses and the injuries, but Elanga and Ronaldo, it felt like we were just carrying those two in particular.
Yeah.
And like I say, Maguire wasn't particularly great either, but those two just look way off it for differing reasons. Like Ronaldo, I said on Twitter, he looks like almost like Emmanuel Dennis at the moment. He just so sloppy on the ball in possession, and then like even when he has chances, he's just slashing at them like he's not a goal scorer. His whole game is just so off it. And then Elanga, like you say, he's kind of he started okay this season, I think, but then since going out the team and Anthony coming back, every time he's kind of played, he's just looked a little bit.
Well, he hasn't
almost
started
out of
again
his
for
depth.
ages. Yeah.
No.
Ronaldo, he had near the end, he had the header. He just didn't get up for, and you feel like the Ronaldo of old would have made that header. Who knows whether he scores? Still a difficult chance, but it's all about the core, isn't it? Being able to jump that high, and he famously does 100 crunches a day.
Yeah,
and, I like when you get past your mid-30s doing the
still doing
crunches. I don't know.
Maybe he's still getting to 100, but not the intensity. You've got to have that intensity.
You've got to have that intensity. Plus, it just gets a bit loose around there, doesn't it?
It does.
For your normal humans, it does. Not me, obviously. And maybe
no, that's true.
Yeah. So, and then the one where, as you say, he slashed at it with his left foot. And that's the time when you kind of feel that's Ronaldo, right? It's the composure there to take that chance. He's the ultimate clutch player. Anyway, it doesn't happen anymore. And Marcus is just very erratic. I mean, great header. Mm-hmm. Where's that come from? He scored a couple of headers recently.
No, he had the one in the first half just before that. Maybe it was 10 or 15 minutes before that, where he looked like exactly the same. It's like he's almost like taken that skill from Ronaldo, a bit like they did in Space Jam in the first one, where they took the powers from him, and then he's developed the heading technique, and then you see Ronaldo at the end, and that was like a Rashford header. It was really weird. I've never seen him head the ball that powerfully before, and he did it like twice in 15 minutes.
We've scored a whole bunch of headed goals recently as well. I don't know whether it's a pattern or just
Benny McCarthy. Benny McCarthy.
You reckon it's Benny McCarthy?
Benny McCarthy was a great in the air. He scored that amazing goal against United in the first leg when they knocked us out in the year they won the Champions League.
Maybe that's the answer. If only you could teach them how to finish.
Yeah, that's true.
16 shots for United today, 3 on target, which kind of tells you a little bit of the story of what's happening. Mm-hmm. Ten Hag was asked before the game, or maybe it was after the midweek game, whether he's worried about how few goals United have scored. I mean, we're on +1 goal difference. Obviously, some of that's caused by the City game, but it's with something like 20 goals behind City, which is a lot, and it is the story of United. And you just wonder whether if the club went out and spent some more money on a forward, or had done in the summer an actual goal scoring forward, how much of a difference it might have made.
It's difficult though, isn't it? Because there aren't that many number 9s around at the moment. I mean, we've been linked to Jonathan David, who's done, I think he's second top goal scorer in Liga or third top goal scorer at the moment. But
Canadians, I mean, can we really? Really? I mean, we've had one of those before and it didn't quite work out, did it? So.
No, not quite. And then you see Darwin Núñez, who obviously Liverpool paid 80 million for, and I think we've gotten off like quite well there, not signing him.
Talking about erratic, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So I think it's difficult for us to just go and say, oh yeah, we should have got him, or we could have got him, because it's difficult to find someone, but it would help this team immeasurably if we did have a goal scorer. But I think today it was kind of everything, really. A little bit of everything was lacking. We just weren't at it in so many different scenarios and departments that you can't really put it down to a certain thing. And you look at kind of who performed best today. I mean, Rashford got man of the match on Sky, I think maybe for his work rate more than anything. Yeah, he did work hard, and obviously his header, he took it brilliantly. But Martinez was great, but a defender, Dalot was great at the back post with his headers.
How many headers did Dalot win today?
He was great, like defensively, and you think of those two complete standouts, and that's just for their defensive ability. Yeah. Martinez, of course, obviously brought his usual brilliance in possession. I can remember there was that particular one where he played through to Ronaldo like he was a centre midfielder. I don't know what Ronaldo did with it, probably wasted it. But yeah, those two standing out in a very disjointed performance, I think.
Yeah. Defensively, I thought United were pretty good. Just a couple of moments. I mean, Harry got caught on the turn just the once.
Yeah.
And well, it was close to being a foul. Not quite. Bowen went down quite easily. And Maguire just stuck his big bum out, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit clumsy as usual.
As usual. But most of it was I mean, especially the kind of deep defending they had to do at times in the second half. It was all pretty good. Dalot, probably the most improved player at United this season. I mean,
really?
Close to it. He really is looking very competent. I mean, you'd like someone who gave even more, but the thing that used to happen to him is he got caught out of position, and that doesn't. The fact that he's making so many headers, he's in the right place.
Yeah,
and doing the right thing, watching his back post, watching who's coming behind him as well. So 24 games in a row he started. He is United's only right back, I guess, because Aaron Wan-Bissaka is, I don't know what's happened to him. Has anyone actually seen him alive recently? We're sure he still exists.
Yeah, it's a bit suspicious.
It is. So defensively, pretty good. Obviously, a couple of big chances at the end, but long-range shots, and they've saved them both. You'd kind of expect him to save. That's where he's good.
Yeah.
So, and clearly not the greatest performance we've seen. Not as good as the win over Spurs a couple of weeks ago.
No way.
Or even that first half against Chelsea. But they dug in. They got the win. It meant a lot to them at the end. They were celebrating that win, and rightly so. A lot of them went over to Dave to congratulate him. And it's, United played a game less than who is it? Newcastle and Spurs. Yep. 23 points, just the one win off Spurs. So, in a pretty good position coming into the break, nearly into the break, couple of games before that. It's a big result.
I think, like you say, all the players celebrating at the end. I think I've spoken about this before on the show, but I love that intensity when defending. And like you say, everyone kind of came together. And I guess the reason why is because there was 7 players who were basically defensive minded, and they all just loved digging in and getting in that low block and celebrating tackles, celebrating clearances, celebrating De Gea making 2 world-class saves. And I also love that from Dalot as well. Like you say, he's improved so much going forward and defending. I think both have really come on a little bit. I still think that attacking, there's so much more that we could have from a right back, but he has done well. And I think even he picked the ball up on the left wing at one point and beat his man and played in a nice cross. But it's his personality, which I think it's infectious. It's in the same way Martinez's is infectious. The way he just celebrates like everything. I like that. And I don't like this kind of English mentality where you get with Maguire and Shaw. It's like, yeah, it's my job. I should be doing this. And I just do it. And then that's it. Whereas like, I don't know, it puts you on edge. It makes you excited to actually do the right thing. And
he's well respected in the dressing room as well, apparently. And
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I think he's just got a strong personality. People like him, and he's gone the tough way. I mean, he's had to go out on loan. He hasn't been 4 years at United now, and it's the first time he's really been first choice. He's still young. I mean, look, you look at the data, and the data's all pretty good, right? So passes past completion, progressive passes, attacking touches, like it's all pretty good. The defensive side of it's all in the upper 75th percentile sort of thing. It's the actual output. The assists are not really coming. It's not all his fault, but it's certainly something. And if you look at contemporaries at right back, and well, let's be unfair and compare him to Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold and some of the better attacking fullbacks, and he's not quite up there.
No.
But from where he came from, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and if you were to compare him to Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously you get the output going forward, but then you lose so much going backwards, whereas Dalot's kind of just 7 out of 10 at both. And that's kind of fine for where we are currently. I think if we want to go and challenge the league, I don't think someone like a Dalot playing every single week is going to cut it, because to take down City, like, I mean, he's not going to get in City's team, is he? And he's just not quite good enough for that top level. But for where we are right now, I think he's perfect, and his personality is such a huge benefit as well. Like, you compare that to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who just kind of head down, gets on with his job in the same way Maguire and Shaw do. It's just night and day, and yeah, it's infectious as well.
Yeah, there's been some talk this week of United making a bid for Jeremy Frimpong, who's like, the opposite, right? All his attacking metrics are great, and his defensive ones are terrible. And I haven't seen him a lot for Leverkusen this season. Unfortunately, we talked about it before. I fortunately have access to like every league on the planet these days, so but it's impossible. But it'd be interesting if United did do a deal there. They clearly need another right back if Wan-Bissaka is sleeping with the fishes these days. He would be a very different kind of very attacking fullback,
and that's kind of what we need, though, isn't it? Because we've got one, like I say, who's solid at both. Who's can be favoured in the big games when he does need to defend a bit more. But when we are playing the teams where we need to unlock defences, having someone who is a lot more, who's going to provide more output in the final third, and is a little bit more dynamic, quicker, better at crossing, we do need that option to just kind of mix it up a little bit. That's what we always kind of had in the past, where we could just mix up those right backs a little bit, and it's what the best teams do. Like, fullback is such an important position these days, and more so that we do need an attacking threat from that at some point. And Shaw's not quite at that level either on the left. Like, our two fullbacks, and I don't know if Malacia is going to be. He seems like a bit of an all rounder as well. Like, we don't have that kind of that Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold like Liverpool do, and you can see how much output you can get from fullbacks if you play them properly.
Yeah, that'll be an upgrade for another day, I imagine. And so, I mean, we're coming towards the end of this part of the season. It's like what do they call it in Argentina? The Clausura.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that the
Apertura is the first part, and the Clausura is the second part. I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Look at us, football nerds.
I was watching the Copa Libertadores last night, but these are both Brazilians, weren't they?
Bella in that team that won. Yeah, former United player.
For
about 2 seconds or whatever.
He
had
a couple of nice games at the start, didn't he? A couple of nice assists. You're like, wow, this guy's good, and then he never played again. Or he played a Europa League game and it was bad. I was
just chatting to someone today. He was like, randomly, he was like, whatever happened to Ezequiel Friars? I was like, you know what? I'm not sure. Remember left back? And there was that big tug of war over him
with Tottenham.
With us and Tottenham. Yeah, he went via Belgium for about 3 games, didn't he? And he's playing in he's playing for Macclesfield in the Northern Premier League West. So Division 8, basically level 8. Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't realise he was at that level. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a career gone wrong somewhere. I didn't dig into why. Anyway, a diversion onto fullbacks. It can all go wrong, lads. Knuckle down.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's what I think about my career too. If only I'd concentrate, I could have made it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I think everyone thinks the same thing.
Yeah, I might have made it to Northwest Premier League Division 8. No, I wasn't anywhere near that good. It was terrible.
I used to think that I was a good player, and then I played against players from about 9th or 8th tier, and then I see how good they are, and you're like, oh my God, I'm crap.
These players are not. They're actually going somewhere, aren't they? United at the moment. And I saw Marcus Rashford gave an interview in midweek in which he was praising Ten Hag for what an inspiration he is. Said it's hard work, but it's a joy working with him. So feels like there's some good stuff. I mean, of course, if he's asked, he's going to say good stuff. But we're not even getting the leaks at the moment that used to happen. The stories.
And Rashford said the same after the game today. I think he was asked, "You seem to be playing with a lot more confidence at the moment." He put down to the environment that Ten Hag has fostered, that he feels a lot more freer. There's a buzz around the camp at the moment, and he just looks like a different man. There was certain sloppiness to his game today, but almost like the ferocity he met that header with, it just wouldn't have happened last season. And he looks confident to beat a man and take a shot on, and it's amazing to see him with a smile on his face and just enjoying his football again. And I think that just look throughout the whole team, there is this really, really positive atmosphere, which is like it's really impressive how it's happened so quickly, actually, with also developing a new style of football, which like today, it was not very apparent that style. And I think, again, like I say, I think a lot of that is to do with especially Ronaldo and Elanga being so sloppy and looking almost like tactically inept. But we've come on considerably, and we're just going to improve and improve. Like there's no doubt in my head about that. Like we've improved a lot in so many different areas in 3 months. Less than 3 months.
That's right. He seems like the man. And I mean, I think it was Dan had said, look, United haven't got Klopp or Guardiola, but go out and get the next best man and just get it right. and it sounds simple, doesn't it? But for the last 10 years, we've been getting it wrong, basically.
Well, you think I see us watching West Ham today and thinking that man on the touchline used to be our manager. And you think, what the hell were we thinking? And now you get someone like Ten Hag who's so sure of himself, which, and I know Mourinho was very sure of himself, and Ten Hag was, and Van Gaal was very sure of himself, but there seems to be just a steel about him and a modernity. Like whereas the other two were kind of relics of the past, and Moyes was just not sure of himself, the most insecure football man you can ever dream of appointing. Whereas, Ten Hag just seems so different, and it's lovely.
He's clearly competent because he seems to be making the right decisions, not only typically with personnel. I mean, got the City game wrong, but that's really it. And players are improving under him. There's a clarity about how United want to play. The pressing and the pressure stats are like through the roof compared to the first few games of the season. Like you can see the vision.
Yeah.
And he's getting players, and mostly it's round pegs in round holes as well. And he's getting players to perform the way he wants. You can see something happening there. Pep Guardiola even said this week, I have a feeling United are back, which, I'm not sure I actually want him to say stuff like that. And because you don't always know whether he's entirely sincere with that kind of thing. And it's definitely not in good faith, but still it's one evidence point. And so you just feel confidence. And I do wonder, not that everything's about the transfer market and United already blew their budget for the summer, whether they won't look at the table and go, hey lads, there's an opportunity here. I know there aren't a whole bunch of world-class number 9s available just to go get. And maybe it's impossible. And I don't have a name for you, but there's just the opportunity there to go, look, there's just a little bit missing here. If United just score a few more goals, placing the top 2 might be the top 2 by the end of the season. Arsenal seem to not be dropping points, but still they've got a very good injury record. And I just wonder, a couple of key players and it all changes. So it's really, really open.
Yeah.
I'd say the level and quality between Arsenal, Spurs, United, Chelsea, I guess Liverpool, although, hey, we can talk about them. There's not much, is there? And so it's open for United to take one of those top spots. Feels like we're going in the right direction. Just a couple of missing pieces. Would the club gamble?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question. I also think that the signings of Martinez and Antony are looking even more shrewd at the moment. Like in terms of not just what they bring on the pitch, but their personality, and also because they are Ten Hag lads, bringing those two guys in who have such a strong personality and who obviously buy into what Ten Hag does, I think that also fosters a really good environment. So it kind of shows to the other people coming in, especially someone like Martinez, who's so good. If this guy's trusting in the manager, we're going to go along with the ride as well. And the same with Antony, and Antony's getting better each week. I think those two signings are great. I think a number 9 would be. I think it's interesting. Like I say, it's hard to find someone who is going to just come in and bag the goals, but it's almost at the point right now that no one can be worse than what we have. Like Martial's always injured. Ronaldo is nothing. Alanga is next to nothing at the moment. If we can get something like a really shrewd piece of business, like someone who's fallen out with a manager somewhere, and we can just get him in for like 10 or 15 million to the end of the season, or we can get a loan signing in, like something that Juventus always are great at, just signing like a player who's, I don't know, upset or something, just getting someone in for 6 months, like a good version of an Ighalo signing that we got that time.
Sure.
Or like Henrik Larsson or something like that, like just for it to tide us over till we get a proper signing next summer. It really could propel us, because like you say, Tottenham are stumbling through every game at the moment. They really don't look very good.
I mean, it's Conte ball, isn't it? I mean, he has to.
It really is. How long can they get away with it? I don't know. Liverpool are just bereft at the moment. It was hilarious watching them yesterday. Arsenal, I don't see them keeping it up that much longer. I think genuinely a second place is up for grabs. Like even City weren't very good at the weekend.
I'm waiting for Arsenal to. No, City weren't very good this weekend. I'm really waiting for Arsenal to blow up, and then because each week I think, this could be the one. This could be the one. And I mean, they lost in the Europa League midweek, although I think they're okay, aren't they? So they're clearly thinking about the weekend, and then they put 5 past Forest. So
yeah, Forest. I mean, they beat Liverpool last weekend, but they're not very good. And Arsenal.
Liverpool aren't. No, neither are Forest either. No. So
and Arsenal drew to Southampton last week, and then the week before, I think, where they played Leeds, where they were really lucky to win that one. And Bamford missed a penalty. I don't know. I was saying to my Arsenal mate that Arsenal have fallen apart, and then obviously they beat Forest 5-0. But like I say, Forest are not very good.
I'm waiting for it to happen. I feel like they will Arsenal it up at some point. But anyway, like the point being, it is super open. I mean, the dark horse, in many ways, is Newcastle, and you wonder whether their owners might gamble. I think they have some FFP headroom. I mean, if that even exists anymore. I mean, the Premier League one sort of does, but you can roll it over for 3 years, basically. So would they gamble? I mean, they've got Isaac to come back. He won't be going to the World Cup. He's a good forward. Wilson's scoring goals and staying fit at the moment, but they could spend money and gamble on a place in the top 4, accelerate their sport washing goals somewhat. So anyway, super tight. Could be really, really tight.
Yeah, their squad is very light though, and when the games start to ramp up, I mean, they're already ramping at the moment, but yeah, you would think that they will drop off a little bit like they did in that Pardew time, where somehow they just kept going, almost getting 4th place with Cisse and Demba Ba. But there's a real good feel factor at that club at the moment, unfortunately. And they've been riding the crest of the wave, haven't they, ever since the Saudis came in. I know they've spent a lot of money, but they are playing some good football. And yeah, I think they are.
I feel like I say it every week. I don't want to praise them at all.
I hate them,
especially Eddie Howe. I mean, he's just fully tone deaf.
Yeah,
in on that. Oh, it's just hard work. Yeah, of course, it's just hard work.
And all the money.
I mean, I guess he doesn't want to have a call from the embassy, right? Could you just visit the embassy, please, Eddie, and talk about your performance?
Yeah. Well, if he just came out and said, I saw an opportunity, it was the last opportunity I was ever going to get at a big club after failing at Bournemouth. Well, I mean, I did a very good job at Bournemouth, but towards the end, it was kind of stuttering a little bit. And you just took
relegated. So
you took a chance. You saw an opportunity. It was your last opportunity, and that's it, mate. You don't have to like pretend that you don't know anything about geopolitics to bluff your way, pretending that I don't know anything. I didn't know Saudi Arabia were bad guys. Yeah, all right, mate. I hate Newcastle. I've always hated Newcastle since growing up. Obviously, I'm a 90s kid, so growing up, and Newcastle were one of our big rivals very early on, and one of my happiest memories as a kid was seeing Alan Shearer clapping us when we won the FA Cup against them in '99. And I've always hated them, and I always will hate them, and I hate them even more now, and they're under this Saudi regime. It's grim.
Good. Few reasons to hate them. I mean,
I'm just getting it all out. I'm sorry, just getting it all out.
The fans are interesting because they act sort of entitled, but this is a club that's won like nothing. I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but historically they've won like nothing ever, like one trophy or whatever it was.
And they won
the
the
FA Cup, 1957.
The Fairs Cup as well after that, when they beat a Hungarian team in the final. I think they still won about that.
Right. They're still talking about that in Hungary.
Yeah. Ferencváros were robbed.
Viktor Orban.
Yeah, trying to get it back.
This is for the 1956 Fairs Cup final. Yeah.
That's it.
All right, talking about geopolitics, what do you know about the Basque Country and Real Sociedad?
I was supposed to go there during the Euros, but before the COVID.
They shifted it, didn't they?
Yeah, it looks lovely. I've never been. I don't.
Beautiful part of the world. I think I've said it
Basque.
on this pod. Every time we play Real Sociedad, it's San Sebastian's just a lovely town.
Yeah,
really
it really
nice.
does
Just
look
got
beautiful.
such a nice vibe to it. Yeah. So a bunch of pissed up Reds hanging around town squares will just be perfect.
Yeah, very interesting. I don't speak Basque, so I can't help you out there.
Neither do I. I barely speak any Spanish. I can order a beer and.
I know.
I don't know.
La
I
cuenta, por favor.
can probably say. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's for La Cuenta and
That's all you need to do when you're in a bar.
Tres cervezas.
Yeah, exactly.
For me,
yeah.
I can say a few swear words and all of that. So all good. But yeah, so Sociedad, who've won 5 out of 5 in the Europa League this season. They play today, I believe. May even be as we're recording. No, in an hour's time. They're playing Betis in an hour. So good team. They were very good at Old Trafford. Mm-hmm. We were not very good. I'm not sure what the balance of that was, but it's going to be a tough game. United have to score twice in order to top the group, which would be nice.
I mean, it's definitely doable. Like Sociedad are doing pretty well in the league this season, but we've seen from
fourth,
we've seen from the Champions League that La Liga is nowhere near as strong as I think we all know that anyway. But we've seen from the Champions League further proof of that with Atletico Madrid and Barcelona both going out in the group stages, and like Sociedad, they're a fine team, but they're not as good as United can be, and we can easily go over there and do them. They're going to be massively up for it because the Europa League is huge for Spanish teams, and especially a team like Sociedad who are going to be taking it super seriously. It's a huge game for them. It's a huge game for us as well. But I think that balance, I think motivation is going to be a factor, and it's going to be a pretty hostile environment, I think, as well.
Well, I know it says great ground, and they had won 4 in a row until last weekend when they lost. So this is a team that's playing well. Yeah, you look at the squad and it's just a whole bunch of okay. Oyarzabal's a good player. Sorloth's a good player. Obviously, David Silva towards the end of his career. They've got plenty of decent players. But I imagine like the top earner, apart from David Silva, earns like half of what Phil Jones does. Yeah. So they're overperforming.
I think it's always the case for like Spanish teams in the Europa League. You see their teams, and it's I guess filled with just Spanish players. And I guess Spain have got so much depth and quality, and that a lot of their players play a similar way that they always just do perform in the Europa League. Maybe they've dropped off a little bit at the top end of the Champions League this season, but like you see it with Sevilla, you see it with Villarreal, like Sociedad as well, Bilbao in the past. Like they're always competitive, despite like you looking at their team and you're like, okay, that guy didn't make it over there. Like they got Mendy who didn't make it at Real Madrid. They've got an aging David Silva, but they always just work as a team. It's a bit like Bundesliga teams as well. They usually kind of look at it, but they're so much of it is just having a team, isn't it, that works well together, and they usually do, Spanish teams, and they also take the Europa League super seriously.
Yeah, well, that's right, and I mean, it was always the case for the old UEFA Cup as well. It seems to be taken more seriously by non-Premier League teams and
I think that
non-English teams.
That's really changing over recent years. Maybe it's the fact that like there's a lot more international players in the league. I mean, there've always been international players in the league, but I guess maybe just a quest for trophies, which have become a lot harder to come by. Arsenal are taking it very seriously this season. United have.
West Ham made the semis last season. Yeah.
Even Leicester made the semis of the Conference League. Like United have taken it really seriously this year, playing our best team in
strong team
pretty
like
much
every side.
even when
Yeah,
we're playing
it'll be a
shows.
strong team on Thursday as well. Yeah, I wonder whether, just given the nature, we might not have so much possession, whether Sancho will come back into it. I know his form's not very good at the moment, but he's still. If you look at the attacking data on shot creating actions and key passes and stuff, he's right up there with Bruno. You know, he creates for United, even if it doesn't feel like his performances have been very good. So I do wonder whether he'll come back into it. Apart from that, I don't see too many changes happening. I know Malacia has been playing all the Europa League games, so he may well come back in at left back.
Yeah, Elanga's not going to play again after today's performance. And,
I doubt it. Yeah,
and you wonder how far Sancho has really dropped for him to play Elanga today. Maybe he's just given him a chance after not playing him for a while. I mean, is Garnacho going to get minutes again next week? Like he was
I don't know. I mean, he was super exciting at Old Trafford. Yeah,
he really was.
You want him in the side. Yeah, I don't know about the defensive side of his game yet, because he's not really been. We haven't seen. I mean, he plays as a kind of floating forward for the under 23s and the academy side, and so it may well be Ten Hag seen something in training that he's not quite sure about yet, but so much talent and confidence.
Yeah, and even if it's just like the last 25 minutes, if we need a goal, like he's going to really bring something off the bench in that game. I think a lot more than someone like Elanga can. And at this point,
I feel like his ceiling's quite a bit higher.
I think it's night and day, and I think even more than Ronaldo can at this point as well. Like, I mean, I say even more. I'm talking like Ronaldo. Past Ronaldo, like present Ronaldo is just bringing nothing at the moment. Like he just brought nothing today, pretty much. And Garnacho, oh man, it was super exciting. I think we spoke about this before, like his contract being up next summer, and there's talks now that that contract is potentially being sorted. And I hope we do sort that soon, because it feels like a potential Pogba in the making if we don't get that sorted.
Yeah, it does. And he's got a couple of months before he can sign a contract elsewhere. I mean, there would be a fee involved because of his age, but it's going to be minimal. And so, it's United need to get that sorted. They've got a few to think about. I mean, obviously, they lost a lot of players last summer on freebies. So Dave as well, they've got to decide whether he's going to get another contract or not. It's not as clear. I mean, Garnacho clearly has earned another contract. He needs one. So the level will be interesting. But Dave's an interesting question. I mean, obviously, the two really crucial saves today. And he actually came off his line and cleared one, didn't he? A through ball.
I think he's been doing that a little bit.
Got nosebleed and pulled a hamstring.
He has been doing that a little bit more. I mean, like, one every 3 games or so, but that is like better than one every 38.
But then you watch Edison at City, and he's the extra man basically. He's just so comfortable. His passing.
It is really difficult because you see like today, and he makes two at least world class saves. Maybe if he lets either of them in, you might be a little bit disappointed. But you look to someone like Henderson. I don't think Henderson probably saves either of them, and you think. Yeah, but you are such a letdown in so many ways. Like you say, coming off his line, playing with the ball at his feet, crosses. But is there a goalkeeper out there who the Glazers are just going to spunk loads of money on? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's really difficult because it feels like it's such a crucial part to the build-up of the team and the way that we can play defensively. But then you see today that he saves us again. And is there a keeper out there? I don't know. It's really, really difficult.
With the reflexes, I don't know. I mean, I'll talk again about Diogo Costa at Porto. I mean, partly because he just keeps saving penalties. I think he saved 4 in a row or something like that. So, which I don't think Dave saved 4 penalties in his life.
Probably not.
Probably, I don't know. He might have done, but it seems unlikely. So... I mean, there's fewer things to fix, obviously, in the squad right now, because pretty much everyone that came in the summer has worked out. And that's very unusual.
Amazing.
Very amazing, yeah. I mean, Casemiro, probably not his best game today, but I think he's shown his quality already. He just brings balance to the side, and Martinez just, excellent. No one's talking about his height.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I did like he had that right at the end. He had that running battle with Antonio, and he did get bumped off the ball. I'm going to say almost everyone would get bumped off the ball.
Oh yeah,
like having a shoulder to shoulder with Mikel Antonio because he's a unit. So,
He uses his weight so well as well. He's just such a bustler.
He really does. He does. But yeah, it's like new signings are all worked out, which maybe that'll give them confidence. Maybe that was luck because Ten Hag knew all these players. Maybe the new system with Murta and Andy O'Brien.
I can just imagine also
plus Ten Hag.
I can just imagine Ten Hag being such a force in the boardroom though, when he's kind of demanding a certain player,
and his stock's never been
exactly
higher, right?
Like you look at like that
until he starts winning trophies, it only goes down from here.
You see like what he did with Anthony, like just went all out on a limb to sign him for such a huge figure. And like I say, I've had reservations about Anthony, but he seems to be getting better, and I can see what he's going to bring to this team. But him going out on a limb to do that, I almost feel like he would have bullied them in the boardroom to get that over the line, and he can just go, yeah, this has worked. And I just imagine like clowns just like quivering at the sight of his steeliness. And
well, the Glazers should be looking at their capital, the stock price, and going, well, you know what? It does react a little bit to United's financial performance. United's financial performance is very well tied in to the performance on the pitch, and the participating in the Champions League. Missing out on the Champions League again is going to be a big financial hit, even more next year because it would be a double miss. And so it's worth spending the money, not just because of the profit and loss account, but because the price of the club on the stock exchange goes up, and which is a rare occurrence in the years since United were floated. Anyway, I don't know. Glazers have never seemed to be that strategic.
No. But at least
so happy to take their 20 million a year and as pocket money and like hang around in their various different offices. I mean, none of them, they don't seem to like each other as well because they're all over the country.
But at least we have a manager who seems to be very strategic and very smart. And
he's got a plan.
Yeah. And there was, I said it before the season where I felt like we needed a manager who would be all-consuming, almost like a Fergie in his day, and a Simeone, where like they just make it. The manager kind of does everything.
Force
exactly,
of will.
And I'm not saying that Ten Hag is definitely that, but he seems like he is at least. Like you see the transfer strategy, it's all him essentially. You see the way that we're playing on the pitch, the personality of the team right now. Those three things, which are crucially important, are all in Ten Hag's image. And if he's going to take on this huge load, and he looks like a man who would love to do that, maybe we are turning a corner right now. And the lack of strategic nous of the Glazers and the hierarchy at United maybe can be tapered over a little bit, plastered over by Ten Hag. Well, we wait and see, but I think the signs are positive. And even though today was a little bit disjointed, the personality got us over the line today.
All right, I know you have to run. You're playing football. You got any scouts watching you? Ten Hag going to be there? You likely to make a surprise appearance on Thursday?
I mean, no. I think the level is probably just a little bit less than the 8th tier. So yeah, Zeki Fry is. We'd probably take him in the team. It probably could be good on the bench or so. But yeah, our level is terrible actually. But hey, gets you out.
Good luck with that.
Out and about, keeps you out of trouble.
It does. Well, enjoy Thursday. I'm sure. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I did look, honestly. I don't know whether United can win this one by 2 goals, and they will qualify for the next round. But it would be really nice not to have those 2 games against Barcelona in February.
It would be quite fun.
Or Juve with Pogba scoring a winner or something. I mean, it would be fun, of course. And there's some quality opposition likely, but it's just 2 extra games.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll let you go.
Awesome.
Win today. United are on the up. Enjoy your football, and see you all next week, everyone.
podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.